Yeah.
That felt
to me,
like
that was
classic. Yeah.
a very, very Indiana Jones. It's so weird because I do like this movie, but there is something missing from it because I think it's James Mangold trying his best
To be Spielberg.
to be faithful to Spielberg's vision. But again, nobody can direct like Spielberg can. There's something in the way he does shots and the way he does his editing, or his editing team, I should say. You can't beat it. And that's I've heard some people hate this movie because they think it's dull and it's just too modern of the way it's shot.
What do you want a movie shot like
to
in
the old
80s?
ones? Yeah, I mean, they want to compare it to like the bit of a longer takes, not so jump cutty, the wider shots and all that, but it's just a modern film that just so happens to have Indiana Jones in it. And I think James Mangold did a pretty decent job. Is it missing a little bit of that Spielberg magic? Yes, but he's not Spielberg.
Look, I think, and once again, I'm going to compare this to Star Wars because I love comparing Lucasfilm things on this podcast. We do it all the time. I think he did a better job with what he was given than someone like J.J. Abrams or Rian Johnson, because what they did on their sequels was I'll pick on J.J. Abrams specifically right now just because of the comparison. But J.J. Abrams, of course, he loved Star Wars. That's very obvious in what he did in Force Awakens and Rise of Skywalker. He's a big Star Wars fan. That's very clear. But J.J. Abrams basically took the power he was given and remade A New Hope with The Force Awakens. He gave it a modern skin. He put his own slight touches on it. But at the end of the day, it was basically a remake of that movie. And it was an entertaining movie, don't get me wrong. But it lacked originality. And even George Lucas called it out for, there's nothing new here, I believe George said about it. This movie is like James Mangold trying to emulate Spielberg. He's got that respect for Spielberg, but he's also trying to push the story forward to somewhere it's never been. He's trying to tell a new story with Indiana Jones, something we haven't seen before that feels like something out of the past. So I think Mangold found okay, now I'll pick on Rian Johnson and said that instead of revering the past, he went way too far, trying to avoid it, trying to put his own spin on things so much that it didn't really feel in line with the story at all. James Mangold threaded that perfect balance for Indy 5 where he did his own thing, but also did the past thing too. How effectively he did it, well, that's what we're kind of debating here. It did lack that certain Spielberg magic, but I don't fault him for most of what he tried to do here. I thought he did a good job overall as a director.